and click connect. Special Friday night audit. Stay tuned. Craig Sullivan, you have got the most amazing shirt I've ever seen in my life. What is that all about?
Hey, that's promoting our other show, 3 Minute Thursday.
Holy shit, dude. What have we done? The mistakes that we're making right now, unbelievable.
We're going to haunt us for years. Are you kidding?
Craig Sullivan.
Glenn, what are you doing? What are you doing, Glenn?
I don't know.
Do you have any idea?
No, I've made a mess of it all, and I don't know where it goes from here. Craig Sullivan, it's so great to see you. I got to tell you, watching that countdown over there, I realized I cannot stand the sound of my own voice. God, how do you guys deal with it?
I love it. I get a good laugh out of it every time.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. Listen, I can't believe I'm home. I have been traveling all over, as we know. Last week, Boston. The week before that, the Hostetler estate. The week before that, I was on an airplane. I don't even know what's going on, Craig. I am so confused. What time is it?
It is time for an audit, brother.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the one, the only Friday night audit. I think this is episode 97, Craig Sullivan. It is so great to see you.
Great seeing you, brother. I'm glad you're able to spend a little time at the Casa Hotel, Swim Club.
House Resort,
House, Clubhouse, Smokehouse, Dispensary, Bakery, and soon-to-be basketball court. Come on.
Don't forget the brewery.
Yeah, soon to be brewery. If I ever get that stuff, it's got so much dust on it now. I'm probably going to have to just wind up throwing it out. Listen, Craig, I am so excited because I did something really super special for you and producer Dave. Now, it's non-refundable, but I like this is going to be great. There's no problem here.
Hey, Chris.
We're going, get ready. We're going on, come October 1st, we're going on the Galactic Star Cruiser.
Nice. Except it won't be there.
What?
Really, guys.
What?
It's gone. It's gone.
Applause for celebration today, gentlemen.
You know, this is a whole conversation. You know, was it a bad building? Was it conceptually bad? Was it overpriced?
There's a guest we got to bring on here, people.
Before you guys get into that, let's bring the guest. But number two, we need to tell the people what we're talking about. We just in the middle of our conversation from before we went on air. Nobody even knows what the hell we're talking about.
I figure people are following the news and they probably realize that the Galactic Star Cruiser is closing on September 30th. Who would have thought? Nobody could have predicted that. We'll probably get into a little bit more of that later. But Craig, we got a guest we got to bring on, don't we?
We do. Notorious Arnie G, also known as Arnaldo Maximus Garfinkel. Or Arnie Garfinkel. There he is, Arnie G.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good to see you, Arnie. For those of you out there that don't know Arnie, he is a dear, dear friend, family, brother. We go back nearly 100 years. He is also the producer of the California Lodging Investment Conference. He has got a series of conferences that he does on commercial real estate. And he's producing conferences for other people besides being a commercial mortgage broker extraordinaire, Mr. Arnie Garfinkel.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
One big thing. Now, Arnie, those are all amazing achievements, and congratulations to you on your career success. But really, your biggest claim to fame is 2 years ago getting Glenn drunk when we were Click Live. I bring them about 17 different tequilas in the span of an hour.
I'm still getting over that one.
What about? You mean when I spilled it on the mixer board?
Yes, that too.
That too.
That's all right. You know, you can still. It's still reminded of the event every time I look at it, and I regard it as one of the highlights in my life.
That was
somebody was bringing me a drink. It was the best thing ever.
all I know is that Craig says, make sure we have plenty of drinks. So I kept going back and forth
Arnie made
from the
sure.
bar.
You did. Good job, Artie.
I was about as drunk as Glenn was.
Yeah.
I think we all were. Speaking of drinking, don't you have something to roll there? Springtime
yes,
G?
yes, I do. Here it comes. All right, what are we drinking, Arnie G? And we have a guest backstage. I don't know if she plans on coming on or not, but if you do want to come on, give us the thumbs up. Yeah, but first, all right. Look, Dr. Producer Suzanne.
Hey,
How are you? Good to see you.
I'm super great. I think Glenn has some exciting news to share.
Yeah, I
He's
didn't.
pregnant.
Oh, you can hold it. That's fine.
No.
I just want you to not, get excited about it.
It's fine. The only issue is we haven't done the drink yet.
You do. You need to figure it out.
We have to mention the drink first because
Hey, Fox.
we can't drink.
Fox.
Hi.
So we mentioned the drink. Hey, Fox, how are you? So,
Good.
Arnie, what are we drinking?
We are drinking Malibu rum and either Coke or Diet Coke. Either way. So let me pour myself a drink.
I like that you can personalize this cocktail. A lot of them people come in with these rigid rules, but not you. You're saying you can do what you want.
Hey, Glenn, your mic's cutting out.
I wasn't sure if that was me and my internet was just being slow or if that was actually Glenn. Okay.
I don't know. How's that?
Campground thinking, woo, what's going on?
Cheers.
Hey, cheers. I got a
Cheers.
Malibu rum and Coke as well.
So
And you can use these happy hour coasters.
what?
Hey,
I got
you know
plenty of
what?
them.
I mean, clearly you guys don't. You guys don't find Malibu to be too sugary.
Well, what do
It's
you
not
think?
bad.
What do you
It's
think,
not
Craig?
bad. I think it's pretty good. I mean, we warned you that we have a term here on Friday Night Audit for god-awful, horrific drinks. They are known as a huntsman after one of our guests. But you know what? Double thumbs up, Arnie. That's a good drink. I like that.
Yeah, it's
It's not going to replace beer, but it's
It's
good.
like a pina colada Mai Tai with Coke.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
Good.
It's
Enjoy.
refreshing.
Hey, I like this. I like this look. Whichever.
There you go. Look at
producer
that.
Put this.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome. There's a reason that my tagline. Okay.
Best producer ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suzanne's going, no, he isn't.
Listen. All I'm saying is this.
Right now.
Hold on, I got a good segue here. I would argue that maybe Suzanne is a better producer because she put us in for this award with the incredible folks over at ICRE, and they are the Council on Hotel, Restaurant, and Institutional Education.
Yeah, Glenn, you're gonna have to send me whatever you're talking about because you're just while me and Suzanne may be top notch,
I'm gonna change wires.
you are a terrible host because we can't hear anything you're saying.
Support you at there, Dave. The International Council for Hotel, Restaurant, and Institutional Educators. Short,
Nice.
it's ICRE.
Hey, what? Thanks, Craig. I say, what is good? As soon as Suzanne says it, Craig puts the sound effect.
Hey, I'm just trying to help you out, David.
Appreciate that. I very much appreciate it. That's great stuff. See, listen, guys. Here's the proof. And I gotta wait till springtime G gets back because I have some very exciting news. This award just shows the proof that not only are we successful with one but two shows, we are a more successful company than two names you very well have heard of that are showing some significant struggles over just the 2 years. But Glenn's taking his sweet ass time getting his stuff fixed. He's clearly in a summertime mood.
There he is.
What? He says
What's
no
up?
rush whatsoever.
Are we working over
It's
here?
almost-
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
almost like it's almost like you're on an island vacation taking your sweet ass time.
I
You're in the middle of Times Square, and clearly the Margaritaville Times Square didn't fit there either because they're going up for sale just in an auction sale less than 2 years. right alongside your Disney hotel, your Star Wars hotel closing. Guys, we are more successful than Disney and Margaritaville. We made it longer than them.
And Hard Rock. And Hard Rock.
And Hard Rock, too. But Arnie, you're involved in commercial real estate. Obviously, you're involved in development, Craig. What the hell happened with these two hotels?
Well, if Makai would stop barking, I'm sure the mailman's
Oh,
here.
she's really got an opinion about the Star Wars hotel.
She does.
Too much.
Look at Margaritaville, okay? And I would be remiss if I didn't say this up front. But David put it right. It needed to be an oasis in Manhattan, and it wasn't. The retail space didn't work. The restaurant was 2 stories, and the rooms were tiny. So
it's a New York City hotel.
Wow.
That hotel, for that hotel to work, it needed to be when you walk in the door, you're on Key West.
Yeah.
You should have said they needed me as the general manager, Dave. That would have been the right line for that hotel to work.
They would have been sold.
I know.
They should have had Arnie G sending them conferences there. This is what they should have done, because Arnie's a conference promoter.
Now, what about the Disney, hotel? I would love to get Bruce on to talk about this. I know he's a big star.
Well, Bruce, all what Bruce will do is defend it. So I could play the role of Bruce if you'd like.
What happened here? What happened here? I mean, there was a lot that went into this.
Is that it was a ridiculous amount of money for a type of Star Wars experience that people didn't want. The corporation felt that the newest generation of characters was where they wanted to put their resources behind, but people really like the original characters, and the people that like the original characters are the ones that might spend $6,000 for a family of 4 for 2.5 days of this experience. Not only that, but the feedback looked very generic on the inside. So the word of mouth did not drive more business. Craig?
I agree with you, Glenn. I think the other problems are, and let's start at the top with somebody who was well known within Disney theme parks for cutting budgets and everything else. I'm talking about our good friend Bob Shitbag. He's gone. But you're right. They didn't have legacy characters in there. The design was horrific. Okay. If I'm spending $6,000 for the room, I don't want the kids in a bunk bed on the other side of that room.
Right. Totally. Yeah. Not only that, if I'm spending $6,000 on a vacation, I don't want to have to wear special clothes and pretend to be a character. I'm on vacation. I'm not a LARPer. And I think that maybe they thought by going
you've been watching the Arrow again.
But I just feel like maybe by them going to Comic-Con, they're like, this is great. Everybody loves this. But that's like really the only people that are interested in that sort of experience.
Arnie, would you spend money to go to that?
Hold on. I want to continue this conversation in a second, but Dr. Producer Suzanne says she has to go because she's getting her bid together to buy Margaritaville.
Ah. Nice. Shouldn't cost much. Have Anthony put some money in the deal, though, okay? Just don't let him manage it.
Owner. That's me. I got it.
I love it. Congratulations, Suzanne.
I hate to cut you all. I just wanted to say hi. Just think of me while I'm at the Navy SEAL Museum with about 22 Cub Scouts in the heat at 95th Street.
Hey,
nice.
I'm making it over here. What are you doing to us? Have some respect.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
So the theme I'm hearing here before we go to Arnie is it sounds like both experiences, though they were supposed to be immersive and get a feeling out of them, neither of them actually hit the mark because they were just too generic. One was basically a New York City hotel in New York City, and one was a bland experience. So Arnie, what do you think happened with both these properties?
Well, I mean, like Glenn brought up, the people that are going to spend that kind of money are going to want the characters that they rely on. If they're trying to bring in new people, they're not going to spend that kind of money.
No.
Unfortunately, the Star Wars universe right now is just getting so big and so wide to just have a hotel about that one thing. It's not universal, so to speak. Bad pun, but you know what I'm saying.
No, I would just say Universal seems to have.
Say that was a good one. Yeah. I think that was right on target. Yeah.
But it's just like as far as Margaritaville, I don't know much about it, but the point that you guys brought up, without a doubt, if it doesn't have that Margaritaville feel or the Bahamas or Key West in downtown New York, it's not going to work. You got to be able to feel like you're getting away, you know. But look,
hey, if I'm in Manhattan, you know, at that hotel, I want flip flops and I want a parrot's head, okay, and I want drinks, you know, just you know, go up and pull a handle and you fill the drink.
Well, Glenn,
well,
go ahead, Arnie.
No, you kind of make it like once you walk in the place, you feel like you're in the Bahamas.
Right. Yeah.
You just don't make it like a regular hotel and call it Margaritaville.
Yeah.
You know, there's a what is it? The Great the Great Lodge or something where they have the swimming pools where you feel like you're in where is it?
Is it the one in Mexico?
Yeah, but there are hotels that are theme hotels that when you walk in there, you feel like you're in that place. Even if you're in the middle of Minnesota, you feel like you're in.
Oh, Great Wolf.
Great Wolf. That's it. That's what I'm thinking of.
Also, there's Kalahari. Those indoor water park places are cool.
Right, but I'm saying when you walk in there, you feel like, wow, I'm not in Anaheim. I'm in, you know, the Great Lakes.
In Minnesota, yeah.
So I don't think they did that from what you're telling. I haven't been there, so I don't know. But just looking at the picture you put up there, you know, glass and it has the logo, you probably walk inside. It's probably just like a regular hotel.
Well, Glenn, you have been there. And of the three of us, you're the only one who's been there and stayed there. I walked past it, four of us, sorry. I walk past it every day going back to the bus and I haven't even stopped in. But, you know, what, in your opinion, could they do? Because Disney Hotel is closing. Margaritaville staying open is just being sold to new owners.
Right.
It'll be a Holiday Express. Holiday Inn Express next.
What they do, and Greg, just so you know, Holiday Express is part of IHG.
Yeah.
But Glenn, what could they do to make that experience better?
All right. First of all, while the Star Wars Hotel will be closing, they will be utilizing that real estate and all the money they invested in some sort of other Star Wars related concept. So it's not going away completely. I wouldn't be surprised if it's some sort of dinner show or something like that, and you board it in Galaxy's Edge and take that box van thing that they had.
Disney is not going to lose on that.
No.
They're going to figure out.
They're going to do something, and they're probably going to figure out in a way that we always wanted it anyway, which would be a great dinner show experience for a few hours. I'd pay a little extra money for premium for that. That'd be fun. As far as Margaritaville goes, I don't know. They have all of the things that they could do, but the building itself, the way it is, I think holds it back. Because the rooms are very New York City rooms, which is fine for a New York City room, but it's not fine for that urban oasis type of experience. It's a little too small. I don't want to feel cramped. I want to be able to spread out when I'm on that vacation, and I have that kind of feeling. So
how many rooms is that hotel, Glenn? Do you know?
I don't remember, but it's
like 200.
Not many, yeah, it's not many rooms on each floor, but it's pretty vertical. Now the public spaces on the roof were beautiful, absolutely fantastic. I enjoyed doing live broadcasts from there. It was fantastic views. The food was great, the drink was great, the people was great, but I think just the cramped nature of it belies what you want from the resort experience.
Now, with these two, going to my developers and my commercial real estate guys, do these types of money deals have variable interest rates? And is the hike in rates part of these decisions, or are they usually fixed?
It's a little bit of both. It depends on your credit stature and your experience. And sometimes you're doing an interest only loan, and you could have a bump. And correct me if I'm wrong, Arnie. You're the mortgage broker. Annually, if not, every 6 months. But
yeah,
I think you got to ask yourself the question, why would a lender loan on this hotel in the middle of Manhattan knowing what it was going to be? Sometimes you have to save the developer from themselves.
When I come back, I want to follow Andrea's comment and stop being so freaking serious. This is stupid. It's Friday night. I need a drink. I need to have a little fun.
Why don't you have a drink? What's wrong with you?
That's okay, because I have some great.
Have some more Malibu.
Well,
Yeah.
I have, after Glenn gets back, Craig, I actually have some more real estate news to share, which will give not just Glenn a goal to break,
Yeah.
but will give Craig a goal to break.
There
So
we go.
there's a lot of real estate conversation today. Andrea, you just have to live with it. Guess
So-
what? As it says, I'm in charge. There's
That
not a
dude.
problem.
Suck it.
Grumpy Andrea with Grumpy
Grumpy
Glenn.
Grumpy Glenn. Hey, David, where can you get that fine looking t-shirt? And show everybody that logo again, please.
Take a look at this beauty. And you guys all can have your very own Grumpy Glenn t-shirt if you head over to Redbubble and check out the Aloha Craig store.
Yeah, baby.
A lot of great stuff happening over there. But listen, I am not done with real estate conversations yet. We have two more things to share.
I got other things I want to talk about.
Nope, two more things to share. The first one is a very, very, very important update on our number one development watched project.
Glenn, what are you doing? Okay, Glenn, what are you doing? You dredging so that you can get a larger yacht at your house? Huh? What are you doing?
I don't know how much you spent on that, Glenn, but that was a shit ton of money.
I know. I think the jig is up. I've only been claiming that my kids are going to college. I'm actually putting it into California.
Yeah, we gotta put that out there. Show him what he bought that's going in there, David.
Well, the thing about that is we already know what Glenn is doing. He's getting ready to put this baby
279 feet here in beautiful Newport Beach Harbor, you know? And Glenn, I know you got all the toys on it too, but where's the freaking helicopter?
We'll work on that next.
I'm assuming that there's Glenn is going for the record books because a new record was just made in California real estate history. It just happened, guys.
Yeah.
Yes, of course I
Jay-Z
know it.
and Beyonce have purchased the most expensive home in California history.
Oh my God.
$200
Glenn
million.
is on the way to try and break that. So they purchased a 30,000 square foot home in Malibu, which, by the way, very overrated, for a record price tag of $200 million.
Who needs a
Smaller than Arnie's
30,000
house.
square foot home?
It's the biggest real estate transaction in Cali history, smashing the previous record of $177 million. It's the second most expensive home real estate deal in U.S. history, behind a $238 million transaction for a property in New York City, which was probably about 1,000 square feet.
Yeah. And you can only fit one person in the kitchen.
But this is what $200 million buys.
Oh, you know what? That used to be my house.
Yeah, didn't you just sold that, right, Arnie? Yeah.
I built one of those
Congratulations.
with Lego once. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's
yeah.
really nice.
and unnecessary. But
No, I don't get it.
if
I
you
really
got the
don't.
money, go for it. Honestly, I'm not even kidding. When I make that shot at Malibu, when I went out to California the first time in 2019, Annie and I drove up the coast to go see Malibu. Honestly, it was two things: cliffs, very small beaches, and van bums. And that was really it.
No, those were the surfers.
The water's
right?
cold.
Wait. You were not in the colony of Malibu.
Yeah.
There's a different area of Malibu that the public cannot get to.
Yes. Yes. They don't let me in there.
That's
I'll
where
tell you
these
that.
houses are.
They
So-
don't let me in.
So Glenn, are you?
You guys are not allowed in that part of Malibu.
That's
Yeah,
true.
With your development work, Glenn, are you going to overtake the $200 million price tag and become the new number one most expensive home in California?
I'm working on it. I'm literally just flushing cash loads of, bags of cash down the toilet in order to try to beat Jay-Z and Beyonce with wasting.
He's going
resources.
to have to buy the rest of Collins Island and tear down all those other little shacks that are way overpriced.
I mean, think about what you could do with
Yeah.
$200 million to make this world a better.
Hey, mental health issues can be dealt with, poverty, homeless, instead of putting them into our hotels in the city of Los Angeles at 2:00 in the afternoon. Yeah.
They'll probably sell to some Saudi prince next month for like $500 million.
They can buy
Your
the Star Wars hotel.
mayor in New York said something about your hotel rooms are occupied.
50% of hotel rooms appear to be occupied by migrants. Another really uplifting topic. I mean, the comedy just keeps rolling.
So, Arnie, let's break this and get into some comedy. You're a producer extraordinaire of events, and without starting out with a story about my conference, what's the funniest thing that's happened at a conference that you've produced?
You can mention a story about Craig's conference if it embarrasses him. I would say
that's got to be second. That's got to be second. Yeah.
The funniest thing that happened at a conference. Jeez.
Good night, Chris.
Conferences are pretty boring. I mean, I don't, I mean, it really.
Hey, make sure you.
Wow. That's going to sell tickets.
I know what it was.
I'll rephrase the question.
Wait.
Go ahead, Arnie.
I know the answer
Go ahead.
because you're all in this room, probably at Craig's conference.
Yeah.
When I kept bombarding Glenn with tequila,
Yeah.
and I literally dropped it on the mixer board, and we all jumped back thinking that the whole place was going to blow up.
Yeah.
I'm going to rephrase the question for you, Arnie.
I thought you were going to say the worst moment was Bruce Ford's opening remarks, but all right.
That's just me. What was
hold on.
biggest?
Oh, come on, wait. There we go. God, man. Sorry.
What was the biggest? I won't say fail, but what was the biggest hiccup you've ever faced in a conference?
One of them was when we had a keynote at the last minute pull out. It wasn't one of my conferences, but it was a conference that
at least your conference didn't get pregnant, so there's that.
Well, no, it was a conference I was associated with, and Craig, you were there. That was the one in San Francisco, where they had a very big name.
He's on TV. He does a show that
TV. I'm not going to say who it is, but the conference itself. What?
He's a putz.
Yeah, well, whatever. It doesn't matter. The conference itself was being billed as we're going to have 500 to 1,000 people there. And there was maybe 200 attendees. And obviously this keynote got word of it. And he was coming from the East Coast. And he said he couldn't take off from his airport. He's unable to be there. So he did a recorded thing. Yeah, I know. Well, now all of a sudden
was it Anthony Malcari?
No, it was not. No, this guy had a little bit more hair.
Yeah. But anyway, it was embarrassing. It wasn't my conference, but I was, kind of associated. But they made it like it was the greatest thing in the world. And I'm saying, if it was my event, I would be devastated.
Well, as a conference organizer, you really have no choice. You got to put on your best game face. But anytime that I've seen one of those things, I'm like, F you, you're taking this check and you're not showing up in this place. Yeah. That's just close to me.
Let me preface that joke, by the way. This is true because I've been to conferences with Anthony. He will
excuse me.
Drag, run, walk, drive through snow, and almost crash his car to make sure that he gets to every event. So that was a very facetious joke on my part.
Yeah, but I'm saying the thing with it is we know why he didn't come. Because they probably promised him there were going to be more people.
Right. They didn't hit their numbers.
They didn't hit their number. And
they promised the conference to be something that it was not.
Never was. And I know Craig and I were walking around looking, going, yeah, I'd be shocked if this guy shows up. But there was another guy that did show up, Vanilla Ice.
Yeah. Yeah, we had Vanilla Ice. Ice, baby. But he was talking about home renovations, so that'll tell you the caliber of this freaking conference.
Did he come in and did you all collaborate and listen?
Yeah, no, he didn't do any of that.
I had to do the exit and have a cigarette.
He didn't do any of that. It was not Vanilla Ice. He was what's his name, Van Winkle or whatever his
Yeah,
real
Robert.
name is.
Was it Robert?
Van Winkle.
Yeah,
Oh,
Robert
actually,
Van Winkle.
That's a great lookup. His real name is Robert Matthew Van Winkle.
There you
Pretty
go.
good off the top of my head.
Hey, listen,
Wow.
let me tell you, Dave, when you're born before 1987, you got your S together.
That's right, Glenn. We got to warn you. Anything prior to 1987 did not exist, according to producer David.
September of 1987 at that. Get it right.
Right.
So we're
Too
almost
bad.
at 1988.
Let me tell you, I had a lot of fun in August '87. I wish I could.
87, yeah.
Yeah.
86
So
is a very
Arnie,
good
I'll
year.
give you another one.
Okay.
What was and I'm going to exclude this story from what you just said now. What was the biggest fire you've ever had to put out at a conference? Obviously, outside of it being a
Probably me.
Yeah.
It's just a wild card, dude. You can fly off the hook at anything.
Biggest fire. Oh, it was an event I did up in San Francisco.
Yeah.
The attendees were not interacting. It was like dead faces looking at the stage. And before the event, and if you've produced events, I had a talk with all of my speakers, and I told the speakers, hey, they're not engaging.
Right.
And when you're speaking, and what at that time we had a PowerPoint screen behind them. I said, do me a favor, whenever you're up there speaking, don't turn your back to the audience.
Right.
Because it's not. I said, but we need to get them engaged.
Right.
So I said to them, I'm going to tell the audience, I've already talked to my speakers and they know not to turn their back on the audience. But if you see any of them do it, I want everybody to applaud because I want to get the audience involved. You know what I mean? And so we had our prep meeting, and there was one guy that didn't show up for the prep meeting because he thought he didn't need to hear what's going on at the conference. And
The shit didn't stink.
yeah, no, he did. And so we're up there, and then I introduce him, and he didn't care about turning his back. He was just, and all of a sudden people turned around. He turned around and people started applauding. And he's looking like,
This is
what the hell happened?
That's
And
amazing.
he gets off the stage, and I was pissed because I was pissed that he didn't show up and he didn't do anything. He wanted to do it his own way.
Yep.
So I got up there, and of course, me being who I am, I said, yeah, well, unfortunately, when you miss a meeting, you don't understand what's going on. And I obviously embarrassed the guy. And the next guy that got up there, he turned, and every time he talked, he turned around so they applauded.
You get applauded.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So we had fun with it.
Yeah. And we were basically fucking with him. You're right.
Yeah.
And then during the break, the guy comes up to me, and this is really where it got a little hefty. He goes, we pay a lot of money to sponsor these things. You didn't need to embarrass me in front of the entire audience. And I went, lighten up. We're supposed to have fun up there. I says, besides, why didn't you come to the meeting?
Yeah.
He goes, well, I was stuck in traffic. I go, you live here. You know what the traffic is.
Traffic is,
Get to
yeah.
the thing. I says, don't give me that BS.
I only lived here 20 years. I didn't know LA had.
It was in San Francisco, right, Arnie? So that leads to my next question, because now both of your stories, what the hell is going on, and what is the problem with conferences in San Francisco?
Yeah, San Francisco.
That's a mess.
that
But
is
before
a mess.
Arnie
I
answers
gotta
that,
tell
I
you.
want to suggest to everybody, hire Glenn Hausman because he will engage your audience.
But he only shows up if your attendees are above 10,000 people. 9,999.
You got to pay for that yacht somehow, right?
Yeah,
I will
he's
take
going to
with San
Zoom
Francisco.
call it in.
I will tell you what. You do the speaking thing. You got to have no shame. Hold on. I got to take a drink here.
Please take two of them.
Yeah, you got to hold on.
Have another one.
All right. So you can have like no shame. You got to just deal with whatever rolls your way. So many times I've been in the room where there's been like me and 3 panelists, and that's more than there were in the audience. And you just gotta roll with it and just deal with it and have good humor about it. But it definitely sucks.
Yeah.
And there's not any time ever I get on stage where I don't think about that. Right.
Yeah.
And every time I go up, I'm like, I'm like, it's such a, I know it doesn't seem it, but I'm very negative personality. Sometimes I'm always like, oh, I can't believe the room's only dutiful or whatever, but nobody gives an F. They're doing their own life. It has nothing to do with me, you know?
Right.
So it is what it is. But I will tell you, the worst experience I ever had in that regard was, I was doing, and I was doing the HI Connect event. It was the first one they ever did, and the whole idea was to have some educational sessions for the morning breakfast at the hotel, and then everybody was going to go on buses to the facility where the event was going to take place. But the event that place, they weren't ready. And they were like, you got to stretch it. And I had to turn a 1 hour thing into a 3 hour kind of a deal.
Oh my God.
The room started off with hundreds and hundreds of people, and they just kept leaving one by one by one. And it was excruciating. And it was like a death by 1,000 cuts kind of situation. It was one of the hardest, most humiliating experiences I ever had. Not just because of me, but because I had all these amazing people come. And then by the time it's the end of it, there's like 12 people in a room that's set for like 1,000 or something like that. Oh.
And now you do a show that's an hour long, but it feels like 3 because it just drags so much.
Yeah, but now I'm comfortable with that because
we're good with that now.
You know what? There's nothing worse than when you're at a conference and there's more people on the stage than in the audience. I mean, it's really
the worst. And I'm trying, and like, you know, they're just like, you know, I'm in the middle of a situation, and like they're like, you got to keep going, and I have no idea what's going on. I'm lacking information. All I know is that people want to get on with it and go to the event, so they just keep trying to leave, and I'm like, I'm dancing up there. You know, I felt like here's a reference Dave won't understand. I feel like Gregory Hines up there tap dancing and stuff like that. You know,
he has no clue.
Nope. I don't know.
For the uninitiated in conference space like myself, what is happening when those situations happen? Is that like that is when you have more panelists than attendees? Is that like a breakout session that no one cares about? Or is that like the wrong day? How does that happen?
Well, you know, unfortunately, with most conferences, you know, what we try to do is shorten them now, because by 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, people want to get out. They're done. They don't want to stay.
Nobody wants to be in a session at 3:30.
Yeah, and you can't have a cocktail party too. I mean, as much as we'd love to, people don't want to have cocktails.
Have you been to a design conference?
Well, maybe. But so you got to try, but like the last conference we just had in Anaheim,
not mine.
no, not yours. The one I just did 2 weeks ago. It was well attended, but we had a lot of people out in the lobby area mingling, which is what you want them to do. But the people inside the room were like, "Where'd everybody go?" And they were outside, and it's a very hard thing to figure out. You got to keep them engaged. That's why when we do the Connect conferences, and most of the conferences that I do, not the Connect, the Click conference.
Thank you.
Is we keep everybody. We try to keep everybody in the room. The exhibitors and the attendees all in the same room.
Right.
So you can't. There's not a separate exhibit room outside. And my opinion is, by doing that, you're having 2 different events going on at the same time. Half of them are inside listening to the information. The other half are outside just talking.
Yep. Yeah, Andrea's right.
Drink your way through the exhibit room.
Exactly. No, without a doubt.
There you go, Andrea.
Dave, I will add to that part of the reason why this problem happens is a lot of events, by the function of their existence, have to have a lot of breakout sessions in order to make all of the stakeholders happy. That means sponsors, that means event partners, that means special relationships that they have. Everyone's got to get their panel slot. So it winds up being they're trying to make everybody happy, and it winds up making them unhappy, I think.
And you know, that's a very good point, Glenn. And you know, the other thing is, you know, when we launched Click, it was no breakout sessions.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely none. We're gonna do it all in one room, and we're gonna try and make it flow and get everybody engaged. And from the get-go, Glenn was the moderator for the first panel, no matter what it was. I wanted him to wake them up, pull them in, and that would set the tone for the day.
And thanks for not having me do like 3:30. I appreciate it.
No, but we do have you on as the last one the past couple of years because you need to pull them in and wake them up before we go to the cocktail party.
But you realize I'm tired too.
That's a 2:30.
I'm tired.
He needs his afternoon nap at that point.
I know.
Yeah, you know what? You're 100%
Hey, it's a 12:01 club. You can get that.
I'm
Red
gonna
Bubble too.
step out for one quick sec. I'm gonna refill my cup with ice. You guys continue talking.
You're gonna have a Malibu rum?
I do not. Arnie, I have a very important question for you though when I get back. So continue the conversation.
Okay,
but
all right,
I'll be right
that's
back.
fine. But with the breakout sessions,
He's back.
Well, that was quick.
No, I screwed him because I hit the button to remove him, and then he hit the button to remove himself, so he brought himself back in. That's the worst. I'm supposed to keep my hands off all the controls and Suzanne and Dave yell at me all the time, and I can't help myself. I don't know.
Yeah, no, but Glenn, you're right with the breakout sessions, and that's the problem. And
Yeah.
I find the breakout sessions or afternoon breaks are usually an escape time for people to leave.
Yeah.
If you do
I gotta contact the office. I gotta do this. I gotta do that.
Yeah. If you do a 1 or 2 o'clock networking break, that's death.
Right.
Everybody leaves. They're not going to come back for the last session.
Right.
So that is a problem. But
And that was one of the reasons why we went from 4 panels to 3. It was just getting to be too much. And and Glenn's also right. It's the sponsors, the exhibitors, it's the special relationships that you have that you've got to pay attention to. We've got minimum of 9 hotel brands that are involved, and we've still got all of our we started out with 4 hotel brands that are founding sponsors, and then we added the rest. And how do I repay them for that? Okay, because the brand panel just got too big. Okay, you can't have.
Don't worry, Craig, because with all the industry consolidation, we'll be down to 3 hotel companies.
We'll be back to the original 4.
Yeah. But our what used to be our VIP mixer. That was a perfect opportunity to have a representative from each brand get up there and talk, and in a nice atmosphere, and everybody kept rolling. So
and then the other thing,
and when he said everyone kept rolling, nobody was on ecstasy at that event that I know of, just so you know. Although it was EDM music, and we were all wearing glow sticks and stuff like
that. No, but yeah, you're 100% right. And the other thing is you can't shorten the event. You can't end the event at 2 o'clock because most people, they don't feel they're getting their money's worth.
Right.
If you're, you kind of have to make it to some extent, and you're going to lose people. That's just one of the things you got to just come to grips with. It's going to happen.
Accept it. Yeah.
People are going to leave and come back for the cocktail party or something. But
you guys were both there at the very beginning, especially you, Arnie, because you've always been involved with the planning part of it. When we kicked off Click, we started with a sit-down dinner as a VIP mixer.
Oh yeah, that's
20 people and a gift. And then the second year it was 40. Right. Second year was a book as well. And, we went from 20 to 40. Then the third year we had 60, and it's like, we're not doing a sit-down dinner anymore. We're doing a cocktail party.
Everybody's happy with a cocktail party, As long as you have great drinks and some good past hors d'oeuvres and stuff like that, everybody's satisfied. In fact, I would argue it's preferable. At least I find that stuff preferable because nothing personal, but no matter how much I love someone, I do not want to be stuck with them for the entire dinner. I'm flying somewhere. I got to mix it up. Plus, I really become very annoying after about 2.5 minutes, and it's much better if I could just.
That's not true. That's not true.
But I do.
Your wife may say that, but I would never say that.
But I did take the lesson from George Costanza, and if I get a good laugh in and I get a good joke in on a conversation, I'm out. I move on to the next one right away.
Not get any better.
Like the Seinfeld.
Right.
Great. Yeah.
Hey, bye, Durain. Thanks for joining us. See you later, sis. But yeah, you know, it was like, you know, when we had the conference at the JW Marriott, okay, I lost count at 156 people at the VIP mixer. And I said, okay, this is no longer a VIP mixer, you know? And
but everyone who goes to Click is very important.
They
and
are.
We don't want to lose sight of that.
Absolutely. We don't want to lose sight of that. And, you know, then we open it up to everybody except for Baby Dave because he wasn't there.
I was there at the VIP.
Yeah, because he was going to be
You were,
having
but you weren't here.
Baby Dave. Yeah, Baby Dave was having a baby, Baby Dave.
Well, I was having a clone of Dave. So now, Arnie, I said I had very
He was
important.
having Baby Glenn Gray.
Break.
Very important.
So you're
Go on, producer Dave, pick it up.
anybody that knows any Fox, I'm on the phone, Fox. See, they're talking about fires and putting fires out.
Again.
This is the biggest fire.
Again, hi Fox.
Hi.
Again.
We're doing the show.
I'm in the wrong one.
All right, go back upstairs. I'll be right there. So anybody that knows Craig knows that Craig is a
Shouldn't lie to
nicest
your
person, very laid back, very California. Yeah, dude, how it surfs up, aloha. But I've also
That was pretty bad, Dave.
I've also seen
I never
Craig,
say surfs up.
I've also seen Craig.
They start every conversation we've ever had. Dude, surf's up, man.
I've seen Craig in conference planning mode. He becomes very serious, as he should. So, give us the inside scoop of working with Craig.
You have free latitude there, Arnie. Go for it.
What's it like? What's it like?
let me tell you something about Craig. Craig is
a pain in the
as
ass.
laid back as you think he is with his drinks. Well, he gets pretty intense, and he gets pretty when we start getting close to the event. He is in a full panic mode if we don't hit certain numbers.
Yeah, of course.
And I got to tell you, we finish one event. Craig is like, okay, we already got a book next year. I go, we just finished it.
Wait. Hold on. To be fair, he does take a nap that weekend, and
I
then
take a month off.
Well, that's
I take
true.
A month off.
That's true. No, but he's talking to me at the cocktail party.
Yeah,
Right.
I am.
Next year. This
Yeah.
before he takes the nap. And then it's like also he's telling the printer, he goes, we need to get flyers out. And I go, okay. Now I've got 3 more events coming up before his next event. And the printer's going, okay, Arnie, which one do you want me to do first? Craig's event for 2025 or your event coming up next month?
And that same printer creates our logos, by the way, that you can see in the upper corner.
Well, yeah.
right, and good pointing in the correct direction as well,
Yeah.
Craig.
but yeah, so Craig is an over planner. I mean, he just beyond, you know.
I would not
another guy.
Work he does it for this show.
I've got another
Based
guy
on
I
our
produce
production
with.
meetings, that ain't true.
There's another guy I produce with that everything's last minute, and it's like, hey, I need to have a meeting with all the speakers. He goes, oh yeah, we can just do that the day of the event. I go, no, we can't do that the day of the event. And I go, what about microphones? He goes, I don't know, well, whatever we got. I go, no, if we got 6 people on the panel, we need at least 3 mics.
Whatever.
He goes, yeah, you just worry about that.
You know, and you know, there's so many moving parts that you've got to be responsible for and you've got to deal with and everything else. And then there's the last minute hiccups and the things that don't go as planned. Okay. We've got the best AV team in the industry. Okay.
Those guys are great.
They're absolutely great. But this year, they forgot to turn off my mic when I wasn't talking. And a couple of times they forgot to turn off Glenn's mic. So we're walking around with hot mics. And
that is why we were canceled, by the way.
Yeah, we were canceled. We were canceled.
Yeah.
But, you know, and Danny couldn't pull that out for the first time in Click Conference history. We put out Bruce Ford's keynote. We put out all 3 of our panels. We put out the development deal of the year and a bunch of sizzle reels as well. But in those panels, you could hear me talking to somebody, and thank God I didn't.
Well,
drop
that sounds
enough
that sounds like an Easter egg and a reason to tune in. Make sure you check the internet for those
didn't
panels
you have
and
a
find out
kill?
why Craig and I have been canceled.
Didn't
Yes,
you have
yes.
a kill on your lavalier mic?
Nope.
Right.
They were supposed to
On
do
the-
that at the board. So
So everybody knows when they give you the lavalier mics, there's an on and off button, of course, but they always put in the on button, and then on the controls on the panel, they mute it and keep it off until you hit the stage. Then they turn it on, and then presumably when you leave the stage, they turn it off. That's why when you hear about those stories where so-and-so at the Oscars went to the bathroom and you could hear them, that's why that happened. It wasn't the individual's fault. The AV people forgot to turn that channel off.
And the point that I was making is both Arnie and I gave our AV person a hard time about it. By the time I got to him at Arnie's event and brought it up, he goes, "Yeah, I heard about that a couple of times." And then I also sent him over all the videos that we had posted.
Well, I got a solution to that.
Yeah. You always
Don't
do. That's why
talk.
you're my producer. Don't
use a lavalier mic anymore. Just use a regular mic. You can control it yourself.
We'll just act out our favorite scenes from The Quiet Place.
Yeah,
just
that's the solution. Don't deal with the lavalier mic. Don't count on anybody else. Do it yourself.
Yeah.
Not a big deal to walk around with something in your hand.
And you know what?
Don't be cavalier with a lavalier.
There you go. Exactly.
Good point. You should make a t-shirt.
So, Arnie, we're running out of time here. So give me
the audience is thrilled.
They've been bailing for the past 10 minutes.
Give me the number one freak out story from Craig Sullivan. What was the one time that he flipped out when doing one of these conferences?
Oh, his audience. It was, we didn't know if we were going to sell out tickets. That's easy.
I'm going to tell you, it's every year there's a freak out from Craig. Every year. And it's not at the event. It's
at least I'm consistent with what I say.
Once we're at the event,
we call it dependability
because he drinks. I mean, what can I tell you?
Me? Drink? Come on. You're lying, Artie.
You just had a beer and a Malibu and Coke, right. So come on.
No, I've had 2 beers and a Malibu rum.
There you go. but leading up to it, he freaks out. And once we're at the event, and I do calm him down. I just say, look, just go with it. There's nothing you can do about it at this point. And the point
he knows that I need to vent.
Yeah, and that's right. And I'm good to let you vent. I just walk away.
And I do the same thing for him. But it's not nearly the degree that I vent.
He will literally yell at me to a point where it's like,
shut the fuck up.
I'll look at him like, and then I just say, you know what? He's just venting. I'm just gonna let it go because he panics. But that's normal because I'll do the same thing on my event.
And we've gotten to, we have a code word now. When we feel we're going to have one of those conversations, whoever's calling the other one says, I need to vent.
Yeah.
And, and Arnie's family, he's a brother. I love him dearly. And seriously, we go back 25, 30 years and, he is always there to help me. I'm always there to help him as well. And we get to, it's like last year. Okay. We started the promotion of Click 6 late. And I am, you would have thought that I had screaming hemorrhoids. Okay. Because I'm just panicking.
Coincidentally, Craig actually does have screen hemorrhoids.
No, I don't. I'm a perfect asshole. I do not have hemorrhoids. So, oh, there goes the monetization. But I pushed so many panic buttons last year and felt absolutely horrible about it. But
man.
So why? What was making you push those buttons? What happened?
The numbers.
Well, but there was 2021 and 2022, and it just it was a whole lot. So you're already going into it at a stress level of 7 or 8.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, the year before we for the first time out of all the conferences, we actually lost money.
Yeah.
Because we had to postpone. We did the
Craig, I
virtual
thought we
or
were going to
anything
talk
else.
about my bar bill. Come on, that wasn't
No,
very.
no, no. That was covered. That was covered. That was not a problem.
That's why you lost the money.
Now,
But, yeah,
the
it-
pot bill, that may be something different, but
Hey, Craig we just freaked out.
Able to make budget.
Craig and I did a freak out, what, Tuesday?
yeah.
When we had a date, we
Yeah.
had all set, ready to
We
go
had it all
at
set.
the hotel. And then we called a couple of people that we needed to be at the event. And they go, oh no, I can't do it that day.
And only one of them said, "Hey, I'm free. Nobody loves me." Who was that, Glenn?
Nobody loves me. I'm free.
I
I'll
love
be
you.
anywhere
You
you
know
need
that.
you.
I
I'm
love
doing
it.
bar mitzvahs and
So,
kids' birthday parties. Invite me.
Yeah, so we were ready to make an announcement today, but we can't because we have to switch dates. And probably we've got.
Well, I feel like
better.
we should reveal the dates, but we can't legally do that until we
No.
do this. All right, now you're allowed.
Go ahead.
Nope. Revealing the
Oh,
date.
don't do the dates
Arnie,
yet.
what do you want to plug?
Let it get set first. Let everything get set first.
I know we agreed beforehand that we were going
Look,
to reveal the
here,
date.
We
But all right.
literally
No.
agreed we were not going to reveal the dates until everything was
No,
locked. That was
we're not.
the conversation.
We're not. We're just gonna. It's the same time of the year. We do it every year. That's all I'll say. Okay, so.
But what do you have to plug, Arnie?
Oh well, I've got an event coming up. We're bringing things back to the pandemic. We're going to do a online event on Zoom.
Glenn's got an answer.
That's going to totally bring back all those great memories.
Well, you know what? Actually, we get about 300 to 500 people at this online event, and we do it like a regular conference, but in a Zoom call, and we break out into different groups. So it's free. We don't charge anybody for this.
But to get that COVID feeling, we encourage everybody to wipe down your groceries and stuff like that. Wear masks.
Exactly. But yeah,
Arnie,
no,
you should put a
I mean,
mask
COVID
on right
people
now.
through
You've
the
got it
internet.
behind you, right?
sure. I put this on. To make
There you go.
No, but nonetheless, it's June 21st. It's going to be the Commercial Real Estate Summit. And we talk about 4 different, Craig's going to be leading the Out of the Box group because Craig is definitely out of the box.
Yes, I am. I'm very proud of it.
We have multifamily, investment property, and owner user. So we talk about those 4 groups. We break it into 4 groups. And then we're doing a couple other things interesting this year. The end of August, we're having a networking expo up in San Francisco. And we're getting away from the full conference because, in all honesty, the cost of AV at some of these hotels is
Too
absurd.
expensive.
Well, that's because it's basically a monopoly at this point.
Well, not basically, it is.
It is. It is.
So we're just doing an expo, but we are going to have some AV, and we're going to have, it's going to have probably about 15, probably maybe 20, 25 vendors. We're going to be just talking about commercial real estate, and we're going to have a happy hour. We're going to do hors d'oeuvres, and we're going to do a lot of networking at that event. And then
Aren't you raffling off a TV?
What's that?
Aren't you raffling?
Yeah. Oh,
off
yeah.
a
We're
TV?
giving away a 70-inch TV.
Wow,
At the event. So
that's cool. Maybe I'll win it and I'll downsize.
you'll win it, and then but you got to ship it to yourself.
How did it get home?
Well, you take it out. See if you can take it on the plane. See if they'll. Well, you'll have the original
It's
box.
gonna say approved for carry on.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to
yeah,
sign
we'll
it when it says approved for carry on. We'll see
Well,
how
we'll
far you
make
get.
it. They eventually going to come up with one like the new phones. It'll flip. So you can make
Yeah,
it 30
I done this deal a few years ago. It was actually before the pandemic. I did some stuff and I got a 75-inch TV from it, and it was amazing because they had to deliver it. They had to bring the whole big truck. I was getting furniture and stuff like that. It was,
Now UPS just drops.
had
it off.
2 guys that had to carry the thing. Yeah. Yeah, if you order that stuff by Amazon, I don't know how the Amazon guys carry all of this stuff. I've given Amazon all of my heavy stuff. I will order 8,000 pounds of cat litter at once just to challenge the
just to
guy.
see what the guy comes up. Well, half time they come with UPS, and then the last
Great
event we're
video, Glenn. That's a great video. You should put that.
yeah, really, yeah, that would be a good
that
one.
out there.
Listen, you know what? You guys are giving away a 70-inch TV. Yawn. When you guys are giving away the $800,000 Samsung wall TV,
Yeah.
then give me a call.
Wow.
All right.
We will.
Well, you know
Who
what?
needs this? Who
That
needs
would
this?
probably be more expensive than what AV would charge to rent one.
You know,
This
good
is what
thought
this is what you
is,
put in the $200 million mansion and for Jay-Z and Beyonce, I guess.
Well,
I don't
that's
know.
their TV.
Who
Wow.
needs this? For real,
Hey.
who needs this?
Dodger Stadium.
Dodger Stadium. Yeah. But Glenn, we should have Bruce because he's going on the last Star Tours cruise.
Is
we
he?
should have-
Are they going on the Galactic Star Cruiser thing?
Yeah, in July.
Oh, cool.
We should have him bring back some of those LED monitors so that we could make LED walls in our studios.
Totally. I'd like to see his bank statement after that drink bill. All right. Anyone else got some plugs?
Yes.
Yeah.
David?
No.
I go to the.
David, you've got
not
the thing
even.
that I sent you to put up?
Oh, I guess I'm gonna do a plug for Craig.
And Glenn. We're both
Whoa.
Glenn Hausman and I are both at the hospitality show.
Yeah.
And we have got 3 live in-person shows coming up. Vegas for the hospitality show. We're going to be in Boston for Bruce Ford's birthday. And we are going to be in New York City for my birthday and Fish.
Yeah.
But the mayor of New York said David has to stay in New Jersey. They could not
No,
watch
Larry?
all 3 of us, only 2 of us.
All right. I think I'm going to file a motion, see if they can fix that. Now, that picture, I was so freaking happy. We were at the Hollywood Bowl when we took that
Yes,
picture.
Fish.
So I love that. Yeah. Oh, man. I love
That is a
it.
great
That
picture.
I'm like, man, I wish I was that happy outside Fish shows. Yeah, that's
Arnie, have you ever been to a Fish concert?
No.
You need to go.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Make sure you watch No Vacancy Live Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays at noon. Make sure you catch this show every Friday night, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific, 6 a.m. Singapore time. I want to thank you all for being here. I think I'm going places and doing things beyond the hospitality show. I don't know. I just want to start my weekend, so let's get it on. See you all next week.
Aloha.